if you are of a Sony PlayStation fan, you like your PlayStations, there's some bad news. PlayStation Plus subscribers are getting a price hike across the board. So PlayStation Plus prices will start at $10.99, $27.99 for a 3-month subscription. PlayStation Plus Extra is $16.99 now. It's up $2. And 3 months is $43.99. And then finally, the Plus Premium highest tier is $20 a month, with the with the 3-month subscription going to $54.99. So, yeah, the price hikes continue, and I don't know what somebody's gonna do. With Microsoft doing everything it can to cut prices back. I don't know if it's going to be something that only the loyalists of PlayStation folks continue around for, because I feel like the PlayStation Plus thing has not been as good as what Game Pass offers. Just overall. So cutting it back, raising the price is going to be not great.
Sony's making weird moves. I don't know what they're doing up there.
I think they're doing what they have to. Honestly, I don't like with what Sony has done with PlayStation Plus. I think they're starting to see a similar issue where they're starting to put too much on there, and they're having to raise the cost because people are just like, it's the same problem with Game Pass. You know, you condition people to not buy a game to wait for it to come to Game Pass, or in this case PlayStation Plus, and then you don't make the sale, and then you have to figure out the math of, okay, how many people were in there under this branch playing the game, and how much did it cost. It's a lot more work to even just figure out what that ROI was for that game. That makes sense?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think they're having to raise the price. I mean, without them being able to do something like what Microsoft did, like, sorry, no more Call of Duty on Game Pass once it releases. Because how much did that hurt Microsoft? Probably a lot, I'm betting.
Yeah, probably quite a bit.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool for gamers, but I think realistically, their idea of, hey, all of our games are going to be on this service day one, as cool as it is, it maybe shouldn't have been all of them. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's that with the whole, like, bringing exclusives.
Oh, wait, you're trading on my articles. I know. It's true. Like, the whole exclusive things is BS.
Well, we've talked about that like a bunch, though. I didn't think I was treading on articles. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
We talked about it a whole bunch.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of Sony, they're being sued.
Yeah.
For double recovery windfall, or alleged, because of the illegal tariffs in which they're getting money back. There's now customers in California are suing, alleging the company is set to obtain a double recovery windfall as a result of the Trump administration's IEEPA tariff refunds. Mostly because they raised the prices back in late March, citing them.
Yeah.
This case is classified as a nationwide class suit. And should the plaintiffs win, all individuals who purchased a PlayStation console during the class period, which began August 1st of last year, are included. So if you did buy a PlayStation from August to last month, keep an eye on this. So you may be entitled to some money.
Yeah.
You may be entitled to recompensation.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I've heard that some companies are going to be giving refunds. Some companies have stated that they're looking to lower their prices or like use the money in a way that could hopefully lead to lowering prices. I don't know, maybe that's just an excuse to say we're going to spend money somewhere else and not actually give it to you.
This definitely isn't the only one. Nintendo of America is also being sued by a couple customers.
Yeah.
Claiming they're entitled to a refund from the company.
I think the problem here is that these lawsuits are like way too early.
And this one, the filing for the Nintendo one in the filing, it reads that major U.S. importers, including Nintendo, responded by increasing prices on customer goods to the offset the cost of these tariffs. As a result, American customers paid higher retail price for consumer goods, reflecting the economic burden.
Yeah.
And then now they're getting refunds. The company is, even though they raised the price. I don't know. I mean, it was bound to happen, and these pop up all the time, whether it's too early.
Well, but I mean,
sometimes you need to get out the door.
I mean, I guess, but like Nintendo's even talked about how they're trying to figure out what exactly to do for customers, and
but would they be doing that if they didn't have?
Yeah, they did it before this lawsuit came out, like immediately when the tariffs were signed or the lawsuit went through.
I think it's still reasonable because of how long lawsuits and shit can take. If they implement things after that lawsuit comes in, is implemented, and they have planned, they were trying to plan for that, that's just something they can show in court, and nothing happens.
Yeah, but it's kind of a waste of our justice system, honestly. If it's like
for the other people, the ones suing, it could take a long ass time.
Yeah, but I mean, how much money are you going to get back realistically? Because even if the court,
you're still like letting the people with the most money, who have like the most to gain out of it, leeway by like saying time, because it's going to take them possibly years to finish that trial.
Yeah, and I think what, a month? And like companies trying to figure this stuff out, and it's like you already got a justice system that's like heavily overburdened and not able to get to really important stuff. I think that starting this off immediately, it's like, okay, it's your right or whatever, but the thing is that in a month's time, most of these companies are going to have a statement out.
Not to mention, it's trying to rely on the companies of doing the right thing without
no, it's no. So I don't think there's any of that there. Just being able to say, okay, take a step back. Let's wait and see if they're going to do anything about this. I don't think that necessarily means that you're just being complacent in what a company is doing. You're giving them time, which is usually a sound legal thing to do, to give an opposing party time to do the right thing. Usually, if you're not doing that, it doesn't look good. Like, it's not necessarily it's going to hurt your argument, but it doesn't look good from the court's point of view. And especially with the fact that so many companies have already put out statements, it's one of those things where I think it's like, yeah, it's not going to be difficult to say like the reasonable thing to expect, because so many companies have already talked about this, that every company who received their money back from the tariffs should be able or should put out some statement about what they're going to do. I mean, and then that would just be like the base minimum. Now, how long do you give them? I mean, I like I said, I think maybe a month is too soon, because there's a lot to figure out. Like, how do you do this fairly? You know, what do your customers really want? Do they want
Up your prices back down?
Yeah, do they want their prices back down, or do they want a refund? You know, there's a lot of things that could go into it. Because I think the refund thing, I
think the easiest and quickest and best thing for them to do would be like, oh, we're dropping our prices back down.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have that anymore. Now you could sue from that point and be like, are we entitled to a refund? That would be something for like a whole slew of courts to figure out, really.
And here's the other argument, what I've heard from you know, some business executives and forecasters and whatnot, that, you know, they've said because those tariffs were found to be null and void, and then the way that Trump kind of skirted the whole thing, prices probably aren't going to come down, because these companies are still paying the tariffs. They haven't stopped.
Okay, well, yeah, but I'm not going to give any leeway here, because that's like the same excuses they use like all of the fucking time.
Yeah,
keep prices up always.
But you have on top of that it's costing them more money to get things shipped around right now. You know, it's realistically, these companies are paying more just to get the product from A to B
and making more.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they're making more. There's a lot of info that I've seen where, I mean, outside of just stocks,
because
but like
millionaires used to be like the big thing, and now billionaires are the new billionaires.
Yeah, but you're talking about a bigger global, like political thing and whatnot. I'm just saying, like, when it comes to terms of how the prices have been
over time, like why prices never go down, they always constantly go up.
Yeah, but if you're not looking at the way that this is pertaining to here and now, and how this is gonna come down to, you know, a lawsuit here, and what this is gonna mean for the end consumer, like, bottom line, it's going to be more expensive right now for anybody to ship anything around. Everything is going up like crazy. These companies, they're not lying when they're saying that they're having to pay more. And, like, again, regardless of whether that's an excuse to, like, really jack up the prices or not, we've seen a lot of companies who are trying to do the right thing. They're cutting into their profits and whatnot. And part of that is because they've seen the writing on the other walls with other companies who have raised prices, and now they're not selling shit.
Good.
You know?
Money for it.
Yeah, because nobody has the money.
Because they're spending more for it, but the price is going up on us. I don't. It's just it can't. Like I understand that, like, because of the data centers thing, all that stuff went up, and which causes a whole bunch of other slew of problems. I understand, like, the whole difference there, but it always comes down to, like, that's my point. Is always comes down to, like, they're willing to raise the prices faster than anything. So, like, it always seems throughout every, like, industry and everything that we have to, like, fight and claw those prices back down to, like, before the crisis, you know?
Yeah.
Whatever that crisis was. That's why I don't necessarily agree that there's anything as, like, too soon on trying to get stuff through a legal system that's already back down, yes, but, like, That's part of the reason it takes 2 years, and part of the reason that they should be putting in their thing as quick as possible.
Yeah, I mean,
It might get kicked right out of court, because they did do stuff that they found to have. They did either issue a refund, or
yeah,
they did all this other stuff to give back. But it's stuff that like the court has to settle, in a sense, so that it doesn't keep happening from to set precedences and stuff.
well, but that doesn't set any precedences. If it goes through the court and it's dismissed right off the bat, there's no precedent there.
Well, yeah, that's what will motivate them to do so too.
Yeah, well, I don't think it does. Honestly, like if they're doing something really shitty, that's not the motivation for them. Because they know how to skirt around.
Fighting them, but the point is not fighting them wouldn't be like.
But that's my point.
Hoping that they do the best.
My point here is that you're not actually fighting them. You haven't given them time to quote unquote do the right thing. To do something within a reasonable amount of time. And so I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, getting an early start on it, like, sure, that could be good for you, but I think that there's a lot of other issues going on that need to be looked at more closely in our court system that are just really being ignored in a time that we really need to look at it.
Well,
and
there's a whole different thing there.
Yeah, and in that it's something where, like I said, there's been enough voice from companies, which is amazing. I didn't think that companies were going to want to talk about this shit at all. So I think because of how many companies have come out and given statements on it, I think there's a little bit more of like, okay, we'll give them a little bit longer, see which companies are going to say anything or not. And then, if they're not, all cylinders fire on those ones. The other issue here, though, is that, like, yeah, Nintendo's a big company, but they're not that big in the grand scheme of things. You got other companies like Apple and whatnot. Like, how are things going over there?
Yeah, I mean, you got Apple and Walmart and stuff like that.
So it's
do raise those prices and do not make responses and do keep those are a lot of the big companies that I rarely against here, but
yeah, Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft, I mean, again, they're big companies, but like in the grand scheme of things, they're not, right?
Yeah, don't make terrible moves though. Sony is big, so is Microsoft. Their game division, however, are fractions of their money.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Very, very small fraction.
Right. I think Nintendo's the one that's going to be hurt the most by not lowering prices. That's why they seem like very begrudgingly, at least from when we were hearing about it coming, what people on the inside
to lower prices.
No. I mean, to when the tariffs were announced, right before their new console released. Because it was the day of their announcement, right? Their release date announcement.
Yeah,
I think. They I don't think they wanted to raise the price because they're very much the ones who are looked at as, oh, the hardware is cheap. I don't know what Nintendo actually makes on, like, I haven't seen those numbers. I don't know if they've ever released them. But they're like a huge loss leader when it comes to the hardware. And it's only been like since halfway through the Switch's life cycle that they've done really good deals on newer games. Which is weird to still see that. Star Fox is on sale. Did you hear about that?
Well, it released at a fairly smaller price.
Yeah, but they never put anything on sale on their own store.
I know it. That's
crazy.
Their own titles.
Yeah.
They'll put everything else for sale, but you want a Nintendo title?
Yeah,
Those are actually triple the cost of it.
Yeah, their stance on sales has been different lately, so see. But yeah, I think they have the most to lose, because of that kind of like just what's in people's heads about what Nintendo is. And so I think if anybody, they would like to lower the prices of their console. And they would rather not want to lower the price of their games.
No, they will. I don't think they will lower the price of the games. Not at all.
Yeah, no.
They're the ones who are going to push games to be like $100 a pop.
I don't think they want to do that. Again, I think their proposition on their side is because of how they're looked at, they're for kids. They know this. They haven't left that sphere, and I don't think they want to. They know that they can't be prohibitively expensive to parents, right? I think that's what they look.
I don't think so. I think you're giving them way too much credit.
Well,
they way too much credit.
No, I think that's just how business was.
They hopped on instantaneously to charging $80.
Yeah. I mean, but
right the fuck away, like before everyone. I think they are one of those companies that are like hoping like hell that like GTA releases for like $100.
I don't think so. I don't think they want to go that high.
I do. I could do. Nintendo would happily keep raising the prices of the games.
Yeah, but they wouldn't make money.
But they're one of the ones who keeps like trying to like tout it.
I mean, I think what that came,
and how dangerous it is, and how much more expensive it is to make. They're the ones who keep.
Well, that's because they're not the best developers, too. Let's be honest.
They keep pushing the same falsehoods. So why would I ever give them the benefit of the doubt that they don't want to keep raising it?
Well, I think part of
we know that right now in the industry, their new hopeful is $100.
I mean, we don't know that.
That's what's been talked about. I guess we don't know for sure because I'm not an insider, but
yeah. I don't know. I again,
anytime this topic comes up, that's the number being touted.
Yeah, but that's been touted like that for like a really long time, like since 2016. I think that's part of people's just overall fear, which I mean isn't completely unfounded. But I think the problem with Nintendo is that it does cost them more money because the way that they do development, I really don't think they're the best developers. Like, as much as they make fun stuff, they are not the best developers in the world.
They're too micromanaging on that product.
Probably, yeah, very, very probably. But they just do. I don't know, the way their games are sometimes, it's just not even like, you can tell there's like weird coding issues, like things don't always function the best way that they should, or there's a simple feature that's left out and they're like, did nobody really think about this, or could they not get it to work right? You know? I don't think, has Nintendo talked about AI publicly?
I have no idea.
I have no idea. I don't think they have or haven't, which makes me wonder. I'll have to look into that. But I mean, they've always been really careful to take care of their employees, right? And hopefully that part of the culture hasn't changed. And so they're not moving to AI. And, you know, the one thing that we've seen from a lot of companies right now is that, yeah, it is pretty expensive to not incorporate AI into your ecosystem. You know, just especially if you're, what's the word, like talent artwork sort of based. You know, because it's not taking shortcuts. So yeah, inherently it's going to cost more. And I think that's like, yeah, of course Nintendo wants to make the most amount of money that they can. But I really think they need to find, and that's why they've raised the prices. I think a lot of it comes from that, trying to find the line of, hey,
I think they got a lot of shit when they released when they did the whole Mario Kart thing. I think they received enough backlash that when they released Star Fox, they didn't want to release it for the same price in the theater.
Well, yeah. And then, I mean, they also didn't have to, like, there's a reason why it was cheaper, because they didn't have to develop the story, right? There's a lot of the game that was done. Although, they re-recorded all the voice lines, right? Brought back the original cast, I think, too.
I haven't looked too much into it.
I think great. So.
I think it looks cool.
But yeah, they have a weird line that they have to try to stand on, I guess you could say.